The Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel welcomes you to this edition of the Mayors and Supervisors Weekly Update, brought to you by...
Each week, our community makes history. Each week, you make history. And each week, there's only one source to turn to for the first take on history. You know what that is? Subscribe to the Sentinel right now to discover the history being made in your own backyard.
The Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel. More than just your news, it's your history.
Welcome, everyone, to this week's edition of the Mayors and Supervisors Update. I'm Chris Carosa, publisher of the Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel, and each week we bring you the goings-on in the towns and villages that we cover. This week we're going to be starting with John Moffat in the town of Mendon. John, what's moving in Mendon?
Well, the street lights in the hamlet have been completed. They are now all LED and working fine. So that's one good thing that we've accomplished lately. Also, the flags, banners, flowers, they're all out for Memorial Day. So we're looking forward to hopefully a dry Memorial Day. I mentioned this last week. The New York State burn ban is over. However, if you are in the town of Mendon, outside the village of Honeoye Falls, please make sure you get a burn permit. Why? So that the fire departments do not get called out unnecessarily. One mention about at the federal government, which I generally don't talk about very much, but the state and local tax deduction, which is known as SALT, is possibly going to be increased. That's the amount of state and local taxes that you can claim on your tax return. If that is increased, states like New York, that will be a benefit to our residents. Of course, the best 3 days in Mendon are coming up, the 29th, 30th, and 31st, the Mendon Firemen's Carnival, and the parade is the 31st, 6 p.m. Please get out and see your neighbors and support the fire department. Splash Park will be open momentarily. I haven't gotten the last final word at this point on Friday morning, but it will be open this weekend. I guarantee that. And just a reminder to everyone that there is not a primary in the town of Mendon in 2025. Primary date is in June. There is not a primary election, regardless of your party affiliation. And we have the various roads that are going to be completed in the town of Mendon, including a couple in the village of Honeoye Falls that we'll be working with in 2025. That's on our website and on our Facebook page. If you have any questions, contact the highway department. And for those of you who are questioning when is my road going to be done, just a reminder that if you are on a state road, we have absolutely no control over that. If it's a county road, generally the town of Mendon is doing the work on the county road, but it belongs to the county, and it's a decision that the county makes as to which roads receive what type of treatment from year to year. And if it's some of the smaller roads, those are town roads, and that is a town decision. So if you have, if you're on a cul-de-sac or on a small road that is owned by the town, that is something that you can let us know how you feel about your road, and we'll definitely take that into consideration when budgeting for 2026. And that covers it. Thank you.
All right, thanks, John. Over to Mike in the town of Lima. What's Lima looking like, Mike?
Hello, Chris. Thanks for hosting us again. Well, Memorial Day is upon us. And so on Memorial Day, the 26th, we are having a parade here in Lima starting at 9:30 in the morning. The parade starts over at Lima Primary and then heads south on Rochester Street to the Four Corners, and then east over to the town hall, where we will have our ceremony that we have annually. Immediately following the ceremony, the Lima Fire Department invites the community over for hot dogs and sides right over there at the firehouse. Also, the Tenny Burton Museum will be open until noon that day. You can see Lima's history, including its famous digital collection. No, not that kind of digital collection, but this kind of digital collection. They actually have a collection of fingers of yesteryear than formaldehyde that are from farming accidents and such. Sort of creepy cool. Following that, Lima's Francis M. Dalton Post 282, American Legion Post, invites the community to a luncheon at 12:30. The Legion is providing the food. Please do not bring any with you. The German Festival is Sunday, June 8th, 11 to 7, over on Pond Road in Lima. Food, drinks, entertainment, vintage VWs and Porsches on display. And if you're there, you'll be there with 2,000 of your best friends. We are also celebrating the 250th birthday of the United States Army here on June 14th at 4 p.m. over at the Normal Barbecue. There will be appetizers and a cake cut with a saber, because that's how we do it in the Army. And all active reserve veterans and those who love them are invited to attend. Lastly, just a word about ARPA money that's been swirling a bit in the neighborhood. The ARPA funding that came to our neighbors in Honeoye Falls for the ambulance, that is Monroe County's ARPA money that they were apportioning out to different causes within Monroe County. Livingston County did get about $14 million, and that was it. They did make an allocation 2 years ago available to each town, 17 towns in the county, for $20,000 worth of park and trail improvements. The town of Lima used that money to go ahead and build the shelter that is next to the dog park. And it cost a little bit more than that, but we had some saved in the park reserve. So that's how that shelter got into place. And that is where the ARPA money went. Our Lima Ambulance Corps did not have an opportunity to apply to any federal or state agency to get those dollars. That is something that Monroe County did. So maybe that makes it a little bit easier for folks to understand. And that's all I got, Chris.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Now we're going to Rick. Rick, what's happening in Honeoye Falls?
Well, thanks, Chris. Again, as always, I think we all get to touch base on some of the same things. And I want to welcome everyone also to the Memorial Day weekend. And while it feels more like Veterans Day weekend, I think the weather actually in the fall is probably better than what we've had as of late. The rain and cold is certainly keeping many at bay. But just a reminder, and as Supervisor Falk said, there's a lot of wonderful Memorial Day events throughout the area on Monday. I know the Sentinel has had the schedule of parades posted, as have all of our local municipal pages. But please, take some time on Monday to pay your respects, to honor, or to simply say a prayer for all those who have given their all for this great nation. The village crews have been working hard to get the village ready for Memorial Day. Mowing has been a real struggle, but we're doing our best to get everything caught up as well as the trimming. But again, the rain has been a tough thing to fight. Our flags are up. They look beautiful. We're working on getting all the hometown hero banners up in the village. But I do unfortunately want to say we are not putting up the flower baskets until next week. And that was a tough decision to make. As we know, the weather reports were going back and forth with frost warnings, etc. And quite honestly, we spend a lot of money on our flower baskets. And we just felt that if we took a chance on putting them out for all the baskets we have and the costs we pay, we didn't want them to freeze. So we decided to wait until next week when the weather's a little bit better. So we apologize for that, but that was a game time decision, as they say. Just as a reminder, and I've talked about this a couple of times, but I've been asked as of late quite a few times on Facebook and through some direct email contacts about the Good Vibes Flowing concert series and when's the schedule going to be posted. I just want to repeat what I've said in the past, and we'll post this again. But unfortunately, we're not doing the Good Vibes series this year. Why? Well, that's because we have a big project that we're going to be starting right after Memorial Day in Harry Allen Park. We're going to build a new gazebo. We're putting in a new walkway. We're doing a whole bunch of upgrades to the electric. Then we're going to be painting the outside and inside of the old schoolhouse and the outside of the museum. And with all the work we have going on, we just needed to say, we just can't do it this year with the park being kind of dismantled, if you will. If we get a chance towards the end of the season, if we can get a couple concerts in, believe you me, we will celebrate and we'll do that. Along with that, though, there are 2 concerts scheduled for the Honeoye Falls Community Concert Band this summer that were supposed to be at Harry Allen Park. We didn't want to cancel those because, this group does such a great job and they put in so much time with their practicing, etc. We're actually going to host the band is going to be set up on the basketball court at Harry Allen Park. So the concert will be all the way in the back of the park, set up on the basketball court. You'll have to walk a little bit further, carry your chairs out there, kind of set up around the old schoolhouse, etc. But we're going to keep those concerts going. So more on that to follow. We had a great celebration in the village this past Tuesday. We celebrated Southco as they achieved a big milestone of 70 years in business in the village of Honeoye Falls. Southco is a world-class industry leader in highly engineered access components. They have a global footprint and is one of the village's largest employers and has been for many years. We as a village community appreciate their partnership and support within the community. So congratulations to Southco. I was also pleased to attend a ribbon cutting ceremony in Henrietta this past week as Raymond Materials Handling and Toyota Materials Handling North America begin a joint venture that will support material handling equipment. They opened a new facility in Henrietta. However, it was also announced that a second facility will be opened right here in the village of Honeoye Falls, and that will utilize some of the Carriage Street facilities, and we're excited for yet another win with that. Lastly, I do want to touch base a little bit, and I'll add on to what Supervisor Falk spoke about very well, the ARPA funding. It was a pleasure to attend a press conference to announce an award of close to $900,000 of Monroe County ARPA funding to 4 ambulance agencies in Monroe County. Now, earlier in the year, when Monroe County received, or a couple of years ago, actually, when Monroe County achieved its gain of ARPA funding, the Monroe County legislator really pushed to do something to enhance participation in EMS careers, if you will. So there was actually $5 million that was awarded to Pittsford Volunteer Ambulance, but that was for all of the ambulance agencies working together to start a program in conjunction with Monroe Community College and Monroe County, and then all the ambulance agencies to start a course at MCC for new EMTs and new paramedics. And that program will provide 100% of the tuition. It will support daycare. It will support some transportation, but trying to get more people into careers as EMTs and paramedics. Once they pass that class, they will be fully hireable, if you will. They will be already trained and they can work at any agency they want to, any agency that wants to hire them. So hopefully this will benefit not just Monroe County agencies, but many around. But in addition to that, Monroe County allocated this close to $900,000 of additional ARPA funding where our Monroe County ambulance agencies could put in requests for funding for specific projects. It just so happened that Honeoye Falls Mendon Ambulance was one of the winners, if you will, or one of those who achieved we got about $90,000, and that was to purchase Stryker power lift gurneys and some various communication equipment to update our rigs. And it was a great win for the community. Certainly, other agencies were able to buy a new ambulance, etc. But that was just to make sure everyone understands that was Monroe County that did that. That was Monroe County funding. So thus it had to go to Monroe County agency. So we're very happy about that. We were excited to receive that award. And I commend the Honeoye Falls Mendon Ambulance corporate team who actually worked hard to get that request in. So kudos to them. That's all I've got. And again, happy Memorial Day to everyone. Please say a prayer for those who have given their all. Thank you.
Thanks, Rick. Mike, anything more? Nothing? Thank you all for being here, and thank you all out there in TV land for watching this program. Remember, it airs every Sunday at 1 p.m. on our Facebook page or YouTube channel. Like the page, subscribe to the channel, and those platforms will notify you when the show begins. Otherwise, you can read the transcript in next week's paper. That's all for this week. Have a great Memorial Day weekend, and we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye for now.
Imagine yourself communicating with a difference. Pan-Dimensional Solutions helps you do this. Whether live spectator events, taped broadcasts, or real-time audience-engaging programs, you can benefit immediately from the tools Pan-Dimensional Solutions will share with you. Do you want to make a difference? Contact us at pandimensional.com.